screen so far. Hello, everybody. I'm assuming I'm on. Oh, my delay is still terrible, unfortunately, but I think I'm here.
You are.
Welcome. Yep. I see me now. Welcome to Nuestra Tabula Rasa this week. And it is the equinox. So happy equinox and happy eclipse and happy all of the weird stuff going on. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today and do a fun little exercise. So start thinking about something that you want to release and something that you want to bring into your life. And we'll get to that a little bit later. So the equinox, as probably most of you know, is about the balance between the light and dark. So the days are equal to the night at this time of year, and for just a couple of days. So yeah, I think it would be nice if we could all just kind of think of something that we're grateful since.
I think we may have lost Trista. Her internet connection has been so great lately. So how
Hi,
are you guys doing? How's your energy today, Millie?
I'm doing great. I've had a fantastic day, lots of meditation and deep meditation. Um, and just even at one point when I was at Jared's and we were it was right at that time when the eclipse was at for me I think it was 1:53.
Hmm.
Closed my eyes. And I was downloading the eyes closed, fantastic, really great day.
Excellent. What about you, Lucky?
I had a lazy day.
That's
Yesterday, I brought my wife to the airport to send her off on her way, and since it's an hour and a half drive, I figured, oh, I'm gonna go hiking around here. So I went for an hour and a half hike, and then
Hmm.
did. Yesterday was a normal day, did everything, and then but today I got nothing done today. I don't know if it was the eclipse or just me overdoing it yesterday, but I didn't do anything today.
So you stayed away from the energetic stuff and the spiritual stuff too? You kind of took a day, that kind of thing, or?
I did do twice today your show, but besides that, everything else I just kind of I did do some. I did a quick walk in the woods near my house, but besides that, I had plans. Clean the house and wash clothes. Dishes are fine, but I just had all these plans to get stuff done today and got nothing done today.
Well, the great thing about getting nothing done on a day is it's still there tomorrow, so you're not really missing out.
True, true. It's still there.
I'm going to give some mega loud shout outs as our awesome friends say over at Mom She Fees real quick. If you guys want to shout anyone out, welcome Heaney, Angela, Lindsay, PLR, Christine Fryers here. Anyone I haven't seen, we are waiting for Trista to come back. You guys, she had to do a reboot. I guess you guys saw that in chat. Mary
I saw
Wins.
Cake was Kim. Kim was here
Oh,
first.
Kim's here too. Awesome.
Yeah, I saw her. I saw in your chat that Robin wants to upload a video to her channel. So if people are not subscribed to Play Love Remember, sub up because she'll be uploading stuff soon.
Oh, excellent. I think um I'm not in an interface where I can mod people. So,
Neither am I. Angela? Angela's here. Angela's on mod.
oh, that's right. We did that last time. Angela,
Hmm.
can you? Oh, can she mod? She can't mod other. Oh, she could go to PLR's website. She could go to PLR's YouTube channel,
Yeah,
though, right?
if she's blue, she can just tap right on her name
Oh, that's
and
right. Yeah. So if you can do that, Angela, that would be. Let me throw it. Let me do a throwback for all you. That would be aces.
thank you, Angela. No pressure. Hey, look who's back.
Look who's back.
Hey,
Awesome.
sorry, I didn't even move anything. I don't know how it disconnected, so I apologize. Thanks for holding down the fort. Um, am I interrupting anything? Are there thoughts to finish before I jump back in?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Uh, yeah, so think of something. Let's go around and think of something that we are grateful for, since this, as a time of manifesting, is also a time to be grateful for everything that we have manifested since we planted the seeds in the spring, right? Both physically and metaphorically. So, Victor, is there something in particular that you're grateful for at this
Oh,
moment?
yes, there's tons, but specifically today, over the last 3 days, I've really been in a great energy because you know how you guys feel my energy just like I feel your energy and things like that. And the last couple of days have just been super big energy days, super big, and I've just been going with the flow, just go with it, and it's those days where you get to walk around. So I'm grateful for being able to walk around for an entire day in my, right there in my energy, or put it in religious terms, in a state of grace, in a sense, where you feel amazing. So I got to do that today, and I'm
Okay.
grateful for that.
Awesome.
Millie?
I am grateful for my connection to source. And by my connection to source, I mean just being able to be more aware of when I'm getting downloads and what I'm seeing as signs,
Mm,
and just connecting all those dots and seeing just how magical it all is.
mm,
Nice, nice. I like that.
mhm.
Lucky?
I'm grateful my wife is in Thailand now with her family. Don't have to worry about getting her to the airport and everything. Got her to the airport yesterday. Everything worked out perfectly. Everything timed out perfectly. I watched her plane travel across the world. No issues there. I'm grateful that I can connect with Source when I need to. But I'm grateful also that today I took a relaxing day and just did my own thing. Slept a lot, which is not normal for me. Normally I don't sleep very much at all, but today I just relaxed all day long, didn't get anything done, but that's okay. I'm grateful that I didn't get anything done, that I could relax today.
Yeah.
Nice,
Awesome.
nice.
Yay.
Good day.
Yay. And I'm grateful for new opportunities on the horizon of all kinds, for sure. Okay, so the equinox, in kind of more witchy terms, is known as Mabon or Mabon. And for like 25 years, I read somewhere a long time ago that it was pronounced Maboon, and I've been saying that wrong for a long time until just when I looked this up and I was like, well, that's not right. So anyway,
Hey, it
um,
happens.
so So it's known as the second harvest. The first harvest is Lunasa, which is July 31st, August 1st, like that night. And this would be known as the second harvest. So it's, its symbols are grain and fruits and wine and things like that that are kind of harvest symbols. And it obviously is a time of balance between day and night. And I think it's a great opportunity for us to really work with that kind of medicine of the cycles of nature. And it's nice to kind of go through the wheel of the year and be able to take advantage of that energy when we're trying to manifest or trying to do whatever we need to do. And if it matches that time of year, then we get those really good results because the energy is on our side and kind of pushing us towards that type of um, of manifesting, right? Depending on what time of year it is and what we're trying to accomplish. And we can really use that to our advantage. Um, and it's a time to give thanks for abundance and prepare for winter. And I think sometimes there's a mindset that as we're preparing for winter, it could almost come from a place of lack. And we don't want to do that. Um, we need to kind of more think of it as um, planting the seeds so that they can rest for the winter and then sprout in the spring. So it's not a lack, it's a germination time.
Hmm.
Um, so and yeah, and in manifesting, we need really both both sides of the coin. In order to receive, we have to be giving, and in order to give, we need to be able to receive. And I think people sometimes forget that half of it. And the equinox is a great time to see both sides, right? It's the equal day and equal night, and there is that equality and equanimity in giving and receiving as well, because we need to give to make room for more, and we need to know how to receive in order to give as well. I know I'm repeating myself, sorry. Um, and our gratitude fuels our intention, and that's a huge part of manifesting is gratitude. Because if you're not grateful, then the universe isn't really going to send anything for you, and you're not vibrating that um, in that energy where that puts you in that mode to receive. If you're not grateful for what you already have or for what's on the horizon. So, yeah, and sometimes we have to do our little bit of shadow work to let go and to create that space for new stuff in our life and new energies in our lives. So let's now share what is Lucky. We'll start with you this time. Um, what is a way? What's your favorite way to manifest something or to set intentions?
Oh, I just say it. I mean, that's just how it is. But the idea of being grateful is important when the little things happen, like a green light. One of my
Mhm.
biggest favorite things is when I'm driving and I can see the green light ahead and going, "Am I gonna make it to the light before? Am I going to stop at yellow?" At which point, when I hit it and I can use it and go right through the green, I say thank you so much for delaying the green light so I can go through. Um, Getting a good parking place near the front of the building is always good, and I always say thank you for the great parking. It's just one thing is the little things. If I'm walking, I see a coin in the ground, I just say thank you. Those are to me part of the manifestation process is being thankful for little things so that when I do need something, I can say, I just need this to manifest into my life. That's when the universe says, oh, this guy's grateful for the little things. So he asks for this once in a while. It just happens to fall into place. That kind of mindset of being grateful helps manifest when you really need it. Otherwise, it just, the universe is less likely to listen to you because, well, he's not grateful for anything. He likes the negative things. We'll just give him more of that. That's what I've always felt is when
Mm.
you focus so much on negativity, you'll get more of it. And if you focus on positivity, you'll get more of that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm the same way. If I can jump in, I'm the same way where it's like if you walk in that state of gratitude, you hold that vibration, and then you are going to attract things to you, right? Because it's all in that energy and that feeling that you emit around you. And we can say like the universe sends us things, and I guess it kind of does, but really we attract those things with when we hold that vibration. That's what I believe. And Millie?
I agree with what you guys are saying. I love that. And yes, it's about being in alignment with those things. And if you walk around grateful, then absolutely that puts you in that frequency to receive those things. And yes, you have to be open to receive. For a long time, I would give, and even to accept compliments or whatever, I'd be like, oh, and then I realized, no, you know what? Don't be like that. So you're taking away that person's joy to give by not letting them give you something or being thankful for something. So there has to be that reciprocity and that equanimity that you talked about. So I love that, and I love when you put your title, because I thought, what a wonderful thing, as we're all getting in balance, right? That's that whole thing of getting in alignment, is to be in balance, and once we're in balance, then we can more easily manifest. And we're coming into Libra season, so as a Libra, balance is good. There's been a lot of talk about all of these things, and you get to see how it's all coming together, and then things that you want will get to the point where you can do that abracadabra manifestation, right? Where it's just instant manifestation.
Sweet.
Yeah, yeah, love it. Victor?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question? I do apologize. I've got sidetracked.
Uh, Let me check my notes. Uh, what's your favorite way to manifest things or to set intentions?
Oh, to set intention. Well, I think typically I'll write it down and I'll kind of weigh it out if I'm gonna how much I'm gonna put into it. But usually I'm a firm believer that light attracts light and dark attracts dark to Lucky and Millie's points. And I would say the best thing to manifest is to remember that everything takes action as well. So whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to manifest, is put as much action into it as possible. And then I kind of go with the flow. And I don't push myself super hard when I'm trying to do things because I've got little projects. We all have little projects we work on, and I try to keep it always positive and love everything that I do. And I think that's a Buddhist philosophy. I think is love everything that you do, even if you're toiling, love it, because what you're doing is you're changing the toil into something that is actually that you love, and then is it any longer toil if you're applying love to it? You see, when you're doing the laundry, love doing the laundry. Doesn't mean I want to do all of your laundry, but you follow, you see what I mean. But it's one of those things you just love it. So I would say that's probably my initial steps into manifesting things. And also, since we're talking about manifesting things, I see myself doing things. I see myself doing it. And I see myself, and I like to ask my question, what does it feel like to do this? What does it feel like to do this thing that I'm manifesting? Or what does it feel like to have that new pickup? Or what does it feel like to have those golf clubs? So on and so forth. If it's about stuff.
Hmm. And that's actually brilliant. They did a study. A friend of mine looked into this, and she was actually doing it for a while. I don't know if it worked for her, if she stuck with it, but they did this study where people just sat and imagined themselves exercising, and they built muscle and like all of the same things, almost to the degree as if they were actually doing it by just being in that exact mind frame. Move along. Go ahead. Thank you. She's active today.
You
Yeah.
have a, you have a
Thank you.
question on screen too, Trista,
Oh,
if you can see it.
I can. I was wondering why it was there. Uh, oh, did I do that?
I did that.
Oh, you did that. Back in New England, there are cold winters, but now I have the awareness that it's a blessing in disguise. Is that the one?
No, it's on the bottom
Or
of our.
okay, okay. So I can't see that because I have this one from Play Love Remember that's right in the way, and I don't know how
Okay.
to get rid of
Okay.
it.
Well, the question is from Karen Suki. She says, Trista, please pronounce Maboon
Yeah,
again.
and I think that was it. It's either Mabon or Mabon, and it can be either way. I think just depending on accent.
Hmm.
Why? Because I can only see like the top half of Millie's face with this comment here.
Hmm.
Oh, and now my children are killing each other. Can you guys go somewhere else and do that, please? Thank you,
Well, if
sorry.
you go back over to the chat, you should be able to click on that again to remove the comment or click on a
Oh,
different comment.
okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Hmm.
There we go. Yay!
All right.
All right. Yep.
Great, Clint.
So some other ideas that some people do if they're not just walking their walk. Yeah, writing intentions down, burning them afterwards is really effective as well. Um, Charging objects with intent, journaling, visualizing or feeling like it's already here, and little daily rituals like with tea and meditation or candles or whatever feels right for you. Okay, so now we're going to do a little mini activity. So I'm going to get you to close your eyes and think about something that you're ready to release, and we don't have to share with the group. If we want it to be something more personal, then I want people to feel comfortable with that. So name something or think of something that you're ready to release and something that you want to call in this equinox and eclipse. And close your eyes, and imagine that you're holding this thing or a representation of it in the palm of your hand. And picture your other hand over it, closing it in there, and really feel it there. Get a sense of the weight of it in your hand. You can feel it, touching your hand on the bottom, and as you enclose it, you can feel it on the top there. And now feel it shrinking and feel it decomposing, and all the cells, the structure of the cells breaking down and dissolving right there in your hands. And feel it shrink more and more and more until it's just tiny little molecules. And now open your hands and be mindful of where you aim it, but blow it out of your hands. And now bring your attention back to your hands and imagine the thing that you're wanting to call in starting to take form. So it starts as just a few molecules, and it grows and it expands. It finds its weight in this plane and this 3D world that you feel in your hands. You feel it growing and expanding until you have to open your hands because it's too large to fit there now. And now take it, you can put it either in your heart, or your solar plexus, or your third eye, whatever feels right for you, and place it there. Feel light growing around it. Watch it shine and grow and take its place in that chakra so that it's there with you, so you can embody its energy and feel its frequency, and then bring it into your own reality throughout the next couple of weeks or over the next month till um, the next new moon, or throughout the season. How it depends what you're manifesting as to the time frame. Now you can open your eyes and feel free to check in with it every now and then to kind of see where it is and how it's growing, and where you are with that.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, so now that's all the kind of weird stuff. So now I,
Darn.
um, other than our normal base level of weird. So what have you harvested this year? What's something that you are proud of? Let's start with Millie this time.
I think that putting a routine together of meditating more. I would always meditate like once a day, but now with the 12 every 12, I'm doing it twice a day, and it's putting me in a better state to start my day. Even though it's not like as early, but it's early enough where the kids are gone during the school year, which is nice. So I have that peace. And at nighttime, I'm home from typically from dropping them off and whatnot. So it works for me. So I've been able to stick with it. So it's kind of like if I would have done like a workout routine and I can't stick with it, like this meditation routine, I can stick with it. So it's like now, since December. And then, like I want to say, the beginning of the year, I really started adhering to it. So I'm very happy with that. And thank you, Victor,
Awesome.
for brought it up. But yeah, definitely.
And Victor?
What is something that I'm proud of?
Something that you're proud of or grateful for that you have harvested this year.
Something went wrong. Please try again.
Oh, what is that? Oh, Siri is listening.
Awesome, Siri. Hey, Siri, play my favorite song. Okay. I would say I'm grateful. I never really think about it because I just kind of do like I'm grateful for this and grateful for that throughout my days. And I would say, in the big scheme of things, I am grateful for the family that is rising up around us. This
Mm,
wonderful family, this wonderful community that we have. It feels amazing, and I would say that's where my gratitude lies right now. I would say that for sure. I
yeah,
would say that's where most of my gratitude lies.
awesome.
Yeah.
Good one. Lucky.
I have, it's a little different, but for me, I always want to be the person with all the answers. The last few months, I've decided that I don't need to be the person with all the answers.
Mhm.
Like if someone comes to me and I don't know, normally I would go find out and help them. But I've come to this decision that I don't have to be the one to find out. I can say, normally for that, I would just look that up. Simple things like that to give people, I'm allowing people to take it upon themselves to get the stuff themselves rather than me being responsible, feeling it's my responsibility to help them get to the over the finish line rather than saying, okay, you know what? I usually look this up and here's where it is. And you can go there and figure this out yourself without saying it directly. You normally are very political, very kind, and go, yeah, I'm not quite sure myself, but I do know where you can look.
Mhm.
Um, Unfortunately, some people don't like that at this point, but it's out of my control. What people do with their decisions, it's not my responsibility to find all the answers. And I've come to that decision just recently. It's only like
Yeah.
6 months ago. And that's very important. That actually has allowed me a lot more freedom in my life than not being the one with all the answers.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. And you're empowering other people by letting them do it themselves,
Mhm.
honestly. Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic. And for me, I'm grateful for like the millions of changes that have happened in the last like even since January. And looking back at how I, watching other people online and being like, I could never do that. I could never do that. And now like here I am, and it's weird, but it's fantastic and it feels great. So yeah, that would be mine, and a little bit of Millies and Victors too, because that's definitely in there.
Can I
Yeah,
add something to that
of course.
that comment?
Please,
Think about
please.
it. I mean, you know better than anyone, but for those of us on the sidelines, Trista, it's so nice. It's so nice to see when other people grow like you have. You've just blossomed. Because I remember your trepidation about going online, and I don't know about it. And we've spoken about it, and to see you now, you're confident and what you're doing, and that you have your. It's like you're stepping into your voice. Your throat
Yeah,
chakra is expanding. Yeah, it's beautiful.
yeah, yeah. Thank you. Aw, that's nice. Do you have a personal ritual or practice for making achievements or for marking achievements or expressing gratitude? Is there something that you do that really solidifies your gratitude into the 3 Ds? Who wants to go first?
Okay, I just, when I notice it, I just say thank you.
Mhm,
That's become very important to me um, because I do have people around me who are very negative. They go, oh, everything's bad, everything's sad, everything,
mhm,
no matter what it is. And it is not really my responsibility for making them happy, but it's my responsibility for keeping me happy. So when other people are being their negativity, I let them keep it. And for me, I try to find, as they're being negative, I try to find things to be positive about. Like, well, yeah, they're mentioning that, but for me, but I don't say that out loud. So like I said, it's not my responsibility for making someone else happy, but it is my responsibility for keeping myself happy and not accepting what they're saying as part of me. It's a constant thing because I am surrounded by people with negative mindsets, and for me, it's very important for me to just keep my positive mindset, but not at all interact with their negativity because they want to keep it. And if they want to be negative, again, this is a tough thing that I've also had to learn is just I don't have to, take away their negativity. You don't have to try to convince them that it's not negative. It's just my responsibility for just keeping the positivity in me and just letting them be themselves. And if that's what they want, that's what they want. It's out of my control.
Indeed.
Love that.
Millie?
I think mine would tie into the appreciation to realize, like, so aside from being grateful, to realize that these are tiny miracles. So when I've wanted something or I've manifested something or I've set the intention and here it is materializing, to
Mhm.
realize and be appreciative of the magic in that, oh, wow, like, here it is. Oh my God, thank you. That's like, yay. That's wonderful. So to see the everything that goes with it, or how it got there, and not to just look at it like it, yes, okay, it just could happen, but to have a deeper understanding of that. I think she froze.
She frozen?
Uh-oh. She
Yeah.
froze. Yep.
Okay, Victor, your turn.
My turn. Well, we'll keep it going. I would say, okay, and the question was, how do we stay in our gratitude, right?
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay. I think some of that comes around to your practices. I have to, it's most likely the practices that I do. And it's like every 12, when we gather every 12 hours, what's that force me to do? It forces me to exercise energetically. So, that I was thinking about this earlier, even earlier in NTR, I was thinking about that I have a tendency to put myself in situations that causes me to do X and repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. And some of you know that I had a fitness show 4 or 5 years ago on YouTube. And I always did it at 6 a.m., Monday through Friday or Monday through Saturday. And that forced me to get up and exercise. And it was a live show, but that forced me to get up and exercise because I was getting at that age where I was starting to get a little soft or whatever the cause. But I have a tendency, I don't know if it's from, this is really addressing the question, but it's more of a habit that gets me on that. Oh, perhaps it is. It's a habit of gratitude. It's a habit. It's you get up and set your intention in the morning and you get in the habit of it. And I would say my gratitude is probably more habit based. You get in the habit of showing gratitude for things, showing gratitude for, my lapis heart that I like to hold on to during the show, and gratitude for my coffee, and gratitude and gratitude for your interactions, for your relationships. It's I think it's almost just a state that you get into. It's almost like setting your intention for the day. That's probably the way. That's probably. I think that answers our question. If she was really. Oh, hey. If
I saw Jimena come in.
Hemina, awesome, excellent. Yeah. So I think that's did I really hit that question? I think I got the answer there.
I think so. But
You
those
guys,
challenges, I do that to myself too. I'll like sign up for something, or put something in motion where if I was going to maybe, I don't want to, like, not be so committed. Now I'm committed. And sometimes it's like, oh man, but no, it's good because it gets you there.
do you guys want to answer that question? What we did, that exercise that we did a while ago, about what you released and what you brought in. Do you want to share your answers? Remember we did that physical exercise where we closed our eyes with
Oh,
Trista. Do you want to share your answers?
I'll share.
Okay.
Good. Lucky, are you talking?
I muted myself
Oh,
because I was coughing. I released my job, my current job, with the idea is that I just need to open up and go to the next level and just open up the doors to the next position, whether it be at my same company or somewhere else. I decided that, that might be my, because I need to move on. I'm like, to me, I'm being in the same job for 5 years. I need something to grow into. I'm like a shark. I need to constantly move and grow, and I feel stagnated. And so I decided, you know what? I'm going to release this job, not to make it go away, but to open up opportunities for the next position in my life or to go somewhere else and keep my eyes open for that rather than focusing and being happy. Oh, I'm happy where I am. No big deal. But, sometimes you just need to have opportunities come up to move up a little bit. Tiny steps.
Nice. Trista, we're releasing, you from your exercise we did, what we brought in and what we released. We're talking about those now.
Yeah, yeah, I was listening. Sorry, and I'm trying to be grateful for having a steady internet connection, but my computer is just not really helping. It's testing me. So I apologize. Um, did you guys finish? Or
Oh,
Lucky was the first one, I think, if
Lucky
I'm
was the first one. So I was going to say that I released uh, disorganization or not having a schedule. Because although I have a schedule for things that I have to do with the kids, in like the last 10 years or so, I don't wear a watch anymore. So I know where I have to be or whatnot for the kids. But for myself, I became very lax because the dark night of the soul also could be trying. So sometimes, if they were off at school, I was off on my spiritual pursuits. But those things weren't scheduled and it depended very much on the energy or how I was feeling. But now that I feel that I'm more in control of my energy, then I am opening up to the idea of having things that are more scheduled, more routine, so that I can be in better control. And not even to be in control, but to have more of a knowing of what to expect for myself, or to maybe set goals in that sense. So still being open, but not being so open that for my ADD head that I can go on down rabbit holes.
and Victor.
I released waiting, or the feeling of waiting. And I've over the last year I've found myself, maybe the last 2 years, waiting for things, or because I feel something coming and I wait, and so I release that feeling of waiting. So I'm going to be. I think I just pulled a little bit more aggressiveness back into my being, in a sense, because it's finding that fine line of, am I pushing too much, or am I pulling too much, or am I waiting? Am I just
Yeah,
that inaction during very specific things? Am I waiting, or is it that feeling of waiting? And I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about, but it's almost like you can feel stuff coming. You feel, you have that knowing that things are changing, and then you're waiting for this to happen, or you're waiting. So I released that feeling of
yeah,
waiting, because it's not serving me. That
yeah,
feeling of waiting, because I think that feeling of waiting causes a little bit of waiting, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to wait,
yeah. This constant sense of anticipation instead of actually being in the energy.
or being present with it. You see,
Yeah,
because that's something we talk about every 12 hours. Hey, being present, being present. So that's what I released.
awesome. I didn't actually do any of that. I was leading it. I had other things to think about, so forgive me. But yeah. um, what was I going to say too? So, and yeah, for me to like to get back to the question before I disappeared. Um, I don't really have, other than really being grateful. I don't really have like a bringing it into the 3D kind of ritual or anything. Um, but I feel like for those of us who just live that way and walk that way all the time, it becomes more second nature. And I don't like, other than, because that feeling of gratitude is really what is the most important thing, right? and doing those things in the 3D can help to ground that. But I feel like it's a little different for everybody. I feel like I don't necessarily need that, and it made me think of something too that I want to share. And I think I've shared this on some stream somewhere, I'm sure, because it's one of my favorite studies. But they did a study. I can't find it anymore because you know how things just disappear off the internet after you read them. But there was a study that they did where um, they had a control group. They had two groups, and they were doing heavy metal detoxes. And the control group that just came in, they did the protocol, and off they went. There was that group, and then there was another group that before they did the protocol, so they would come into the facility, and they would have them do active meditation and active gratitude, and just to sit in a state of gratitude for about 10 minutes before they did the detox protocol. And those people were dumping heavy metals like nobody's business. And I find that really fascinating how our physical bodies respond so directly to our vibrations, right? And whether they're good or bad or indifferent, it really is changing we how we even manifest our physical being, our physical body, and the things we bring in and release so directly. And I find that just absolutely amazing. And it's interesting too because like I'm not really like I used to be very good at avoiding the things that I should avoid, and eating really healthy and all that kind of fun stuff. I'm not as great at that at this moment, but um, uh, so when one of the girls at work was learning how to do live blood cell analysis, and she did mine and one of our other coworkers, and that coworker is super healthy. She eats really cleanly and very mindfully, and she had heavy metal toxicity in her live blood cell analysis, and I did not. And I thought that was really interesting, and that's really the only reason that I can think of that I would be in a better state that way than she is, because it's fascinating to me. Anyway, so that's that.
Yeah, but can
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
interject something there? But see, that falls into minding your mind too, doesn't it?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
for sure,
Okay.
for sure.
And I
Yeah.
thought mind over matter right away.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of
Yeah,
truth in that.
yeah. Da, 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 da. So, do you prefer quiet inward practices like journaling or meditation, or more active kind of ritual ones like candles and spells and vision boards and stuff like that? Millie, let's start with you.
I like the rituals. I like my candles, and I like to get witchy like that. You know what I mean? So I'm all for the rituals, and I like to write, but I find for as much as I like to write and read, I find that I'm more hands on. That to me, that energy, putting that energy into the things and having the ritual and the thought behind it and preparing it, actually with my hands, there's a magic in that for me.
Hmm.
So it's like I physically create
Yeah,
bringing it
yeah,
to
yeah. I agree. Lucky.
I kind of go with a hybrid model. I I have affirmations. I have probably, I don't even know it, 4 or 5 I say each day, little ones. And if I don't do them, I just don't feel right.
Mm,
But I also have my little altar, and that I have a ring that I put on the altar that kind of like it's a place where it can give positive energy. That it sits. It's a little setup that it's got symbols on it. It's got crystals on it, and that's why I put my rings and my necklace on it for it to recharge, so I can sleep in freedom. But then also put them on, and then say the affirmations every day, the same affirmations, and I do modify it a little bit, but again, yeah, I kind of do both, where I do a ritual, but I also have symbols and writing things down and then tearing them up or burning them. It's a whole system going on, and I kind of put them together in some way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Awesome. Victor?
I would say I'm a hybrid as well. I'm a hybrid. You guys know some of my ritual. You guys know some of my meditative practices. Bless you.
There.
Sorry.
Yeah. So most, everyone probably here knows my meditative side. I do meditate outside of Truthwave, of course, and that is typically. I used to do guided meditations quite a bit, and now I go for the silence. I'll put in some nice music that really takes me places, and then I'll relax to that and get in my meditative state. But I still like my incense, and I probably wouldn't say that it's more ritualistic as it is. My incense is more of a ambiance thing, and because ambiance is important, and what we do for ourselves to set the mood can be tremendous. Can really make or break the effort that you're putting into it. Because if you're going to put the effort into meditating, why not go full? Do it to the extent of your ability, and make it as comfortable, or make it as vibey, if that's a word. Make it as vibey as possible. And then some things that I do like clockwork, though. I always splash patchouli on my chest every morning. That's always something that I do. But that's kind of like with your regular bathroom libations. But that's something I always do because I like the smell of it. And it's comforting to me. So I would say that's probably ritualistic there. And I do a lot of things 3 times. And I don't think in the OCD way, but I typically will do things at least 3 times, or say things 3 times, just throughout my normal day. There you go. I think that's so. I'm a hybrid.
Yeah, yeah. And same. Like, yeah, there's definitely just the best of both worlds that we can draw from. So, yeah. Yeah.
But one more thing. Let me interject something, Trista. Are we not all hybrids?
Touche. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, sorry, cat problems. Don't go near the cord. I'm surprised that, okay, yay. Gratitude for the fact that I'm still here. So do you notice your energy or creativity shift with the shifting seasons?
Ooh,
Victor, why don't we start with you this time?
wow. That my creativity shifts with the shifting seasons.
Or your energy in general, like what, any of the
I would say that I would have to go with yes, because I do typically. I don't really want to speak this out there, but it can be more challenging in the wintertime to keep a certain vibration that I like to have, especially upon rising, in the morning. And if it's cold outside and stuff like that, I'm not a big fan of the cold. So I like to walk outside in the morning and feel that sun on my body. Just walk outside on the patio, whatever, and just feel the sun, take it in. And I guess in the wintertime, perhaps I should practice it this weekend to not have that. But I have a light. I have a light that I sit in front of that specifically, I think it was used by the U.S. Navy. It's a very similar thing to keep that sunlight, even if it's artificial, supposedly is supposed to help you maintain your vibration, or at least keep you from seasonal depression, in a sense.
Yeah, it helps you produce vitamin D.
Yeah, so it's like your body's reacting to that light. I don't know if it's just chemical, but it's psychological for me. So I will put that light on and just go in there and get that light therapy. Because in the wintertime, especially Millie in the Northeast and Lucky, you guys know you won't see the sun for weeks at a time, right? I mean, isn't it cloudy and just like ick all the time in the winter? That's what I suppose. That's my vision in my head for the Northeast. I don't know. so I've never lived up there. But that's what I would say. That's my answer.
It's
Okay.
definitely cold,
Yeah.
but we get sun.
And yeah, I don't even worry about clouds. It's more the fact that the sun rises at like 9 a.m. and then sets at 3. That's the fun part of winter for us way up here. Or starts setting at 3, and by 4:30 it's dark. So yay. Anyway, Millie, how about you?
um, you know, it's not popular, but I don't really like the spring. And I know everyone likes the spring, but to me, it's too damp. So
Mm,
if I had to pick a season that I didn't like as much, it would be the spring and the humidity and the whole dampness of it. And rain is great and it's cleansing, and I do appreciate a good thunderstorm. But for me, the fall is forget it. I love the fall. I mean, I'm a
mm,
fall baby. I love the fall and the summer, and the winter's not that bad. I enjoy the snow, and there's plenty of good sunshine when you get it. But it's the spring. It's just always wet, and that to me just is like wah, wah, wah. So I would think that would be my hardest season.
And you notice a shift in your energy as well then, and like
Yeah.
maybe some things that you enjoy or
You know what? Last year I got these really bright yellow rain boots. And so now that's made it a little bit more fun, like something I did to psych myself. Oh, I'm going to put on my yellow rain boots. It's not so bad. So I've got these really big, loud rain boots, and I put those on. But so I'll do things like that to get myself. But other than I don't want to go. It's raining and it's pouring, and then I gotta be in the car. People drive. So like that, I can psych myself out of wanting to do things in the rain.
Mhm,
Um, Whereas like could be 20 degrees out or 14 degrees out, and I'd have to do something and it wouldn't bother me, even though it's snowing. And one would think, hey, that's damp too. But there's a difference. There's a crispness in the air that is different than whatnot. But
mhm.
like I said, a lot of people appreciate the greenery and the life and all in the springtime. And yeah, I could see rebirth. It's nice, but to me, no, not my favorite.
Lucky?
I'm actually with Millie. I love the fall, but I love the fall for reasons allergies. It's the time when the allergy things go away. I
Mm,
love the fall. I don't have to do the nasal spray every day. I can do it, less. And I'm also a winter person. I do love the winter. I love my snowshoeing and going out and hiking in the snow. Those are just my things. Summer, you're right. That's the wet trail because that's another thing about the Northeast is the tender rains. Without the rain, things dry up, and when it does rain, the trails get wet and nasty. So I do enjoy the winter. I mean, I used to go up to Canada, um, several times during the winter, and that was my thing. I would take rather than everyone else would take the summer weeks off in the summer, I would move it off to the end of the year to the winter. It just to me that was just the thing. It was much more also less tourists. That's another thing. Being in Massachusetts, living near the Cape, I would go to the Cape and on the beaches in the winter because they were just so much better. I used to, I mean, 30 years ago, I used to be every day. I'd be walking on the beach with my dog, and we would have a great time. I could take my dog off the leash. It was free. That's the thing about my mindset is kind of like Millie's is like the winter, the fall and the winter are my times, while the spring and the summer it's when all the darn tourists come around. So I'm kind of like the opposite. But yeah, I mean, I might also be a little bit because I do also work at night, so I'm used to the dark and the dreary times when I'm just that's my element now. Y'all have your own ways, I guess.
And I think for me, yeah, there's definitely differences. And I enjoy both the spring and the fall for the more mild temperatures because I'm not a fan of either the extreme heat or extreme cold. Um, so, and I love the smells in the fall and the spring for that matter. So that's yeah. Um, and as for energy wise, the winter is just it can be so crushing where it's like you don't want to go out there if you don't have to, and it's like a 10-minute operation to get everything on so that you can go out there without freezing to death. So that's always fun.
I seem to get a bad case of Wusselacoccus during the wintertime because you have to just.
And what is it, like 20 degrees there, like 20 Celsius?
It gets a little bit cooler than that. It dips down sometimes, but still, when you're used to it, when you're used to having a mild winter and Mother Nature decides, hey, we're going to send those people a little bit more or have an ice storm or something like that. And it just, when you guys get snow, you guys are used to it. Here, if we get snow, everything closes for 2 or 3 days for 2 inches, 3 inches of snow. We just don't, it's just not.
I mean, I'd be up for not going to work for 2 or 3 inches of snow. That would be okay with me. Sometimes it's no fun being used to it.
Well, actually, that's a good point. Is I like having either snow or rain. That ice stuff, when that happens, when there's a perfect storm of it's just warm enough for it to rain, but cold enough for it to freeze. That to me is awful. So I'd rather, 6 inches of snow than just a half an inch of ice. That's the worst thing. That is the worst thing because I can drive in the ice. I can drive in the snow. It's 98% of the other people who can't drive in it. Like they don't know. You got to slow down.
Sure.
I don't care about driving slow. I'll drive slow for I'll take a half an hour drive and make it 45 minutes to an hour. I'm cool with that. But then you see the people zoom zoom and like, oh, are they gonna hit me? They're gonna hit someone else. Yeah, that's the only part of winter is the ice. That is a scary thing. I don't like that.
I wear Under Armour heat gear the entire winter.
Mm.
It's because I don't like being cold. I don't like it. I don't like it. So
That
I want
ice. But I just want to cut it real quick. When he's
yeah.
talking about that ice, oh my god! Sometimes there's ice like on the sidewalks and stuff, that black ice. Oh,
Mm.
and then you're walking around like this now that you're older.
oh
That's
yeah.
how I
So
broke my
fun.
arm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I ended up breaking my arm. Was just
Yeah.
bad,
And if
bad
it gets
ice.
wet, it's not wet. It's slippery.
And then you have to be mindful not to laugh at people that fall down on it because you know about karma.
It's hard. That's a tough one. You can giggle a
Oh,
little. So one last question, and then we'll wrap it up. What seed are you planting now that you would love to sprout by spring? And I'll leave this for whoever thinks of their answer first. So that can be a tough one.
No, Millie mentioned something about disorganized and being a little more organized. I tend to live my life in chaos, and I do fine with it. I don't think I want to do that anymore. I think I want to be more organized. I think I want to put the idea of putting out there be more organized. I don't have to be totally organized. I don't have to be crazy about it, but I think I want to go and plant the seed of me being more organized and organizing my life and just making it a daily effort rather than a weekly. I gotta get this out of the way. Just make a little bit each day. I think I'm gonna go for that. That kind of sprout that thing about being organized each day rather than my chaos that I live in, which is I live in it. I function very well with it, but I think I want to go. I think I want to be more organized. It is something that I really need to work on.
yeah. I'm planting the seed of creativity.
Mm.
Mm, very
I think
nice.
that I want to see that whole new perspective that I have. I want to put it into play into a bunch of different things and see how things go. So I'm planting creativity seeds.
Nice.
Thanks. Victor?
I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm just going to keep planting love out there and helping to raise the vibrational frequency of the planet. And I've got some personal projects, but they're they're personal, so they're going to remain there until they're ready.
Yeah.
So,
Excellent. And yeah, for me, definitely, yeah, being more organized and kind of just getting my life together in a way that kind of feeds a lot of different things that I want to bring in. And yeah, getting organized would be part of that for sure, and getting my poop in a group, as they say. Yeah. So to wrap it up, well, I wasn't going to swear because that's I almost was thinking. So, does anyone have anything else that they want to add before we wind down here?
Just one thing. Play Love Remember asks if I'm Cape Codder. Not anymore. I moved from the southeast of Massachusetts about 20 years, 25 years ago. And now I'm moving more central Massachusetts. So I've gone from the beaches. Now I've gone to the mountains, that sort of thing. I love both. I absolutely adore both. Yesterday, when I brought my wife to the airport, I did go hiking on marshland, beachfront area because I miss it. But no, I'm not a Cape Codder anymore. I used to be. I used to love my walking my dog on the Cape Cod beaches, but I also want to get my poop in a group. I do like that saying.
I love that.
I don't know. It's right there with the glitter comment for me. I don't know.
What was the glitter comment? Did I miss that?
No, it was on your show a couple nights
Oh,
ago.
I I think I missed it. I don't like glitter, and I kind of have a little bit of a glitter phobia.
Well,
But I
let
think I
me.
remember saying something, but I haven't gone back and watched the whole thing because it's quite long. In
Well,
case no
without
one
saying it,
noticed.
without calling anybody named Scotty Boy out, it was something about glitter.
Oh dear.
All right. Yeah.
Oh my. You know,
Oh, did she
I
freeze
want.
right here? Go ahead, Millie.
Oh, see, I was just gonna say. I just want to add too that it's interesting with the whole organization thing with us because I think it also goes to show where we are. Not that you can necessarily always put like a place thing or an indicator of exactly where you are on the journey, but like once you resolve certain things, you get to a point where you want to go back to living that that organized kind of life, but not to live it like you did before, but to, like Trista said, to free up the availability and to know when you can go have your wanderings, and do it different.
I think a big part of it is frequency because even Eileen McCusick says that she had some client who came to her and they're like I want to be neater, and she's like, well, I can't make you neater. Like, well, I guess we'll just do the sessions and see what happens. But as she came into a more coherent frequency, she just wanted it, and it became more second nature to keep her home in that state that made her feel good because it matched her better, because her energy wasn't as chaotic anymore, so then she didn't want to live in that chaotic environment. So that's really interesting and makes total sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so to close up, I wrote a little poem
Oh,
and I will share it with everybody. We honor the seasons as the wheel turns, marking each day, each night. We think of the reasons of our blessed returns. We play in the dark and the light. As the summer wanes and the heat diminishes, the night creeps into the day. Our gratitude reigns, our harvest replenishes. So we bless, we honor, we pray. So it is.
So it is.
so it is.
Awesome. I like that.
I think Lucky froze now. Oh,
No.
there he is. You're doing it, Clint.
And that's all we got for you guys. Thank you so much. That's hilarious. As soon as I said it, the chat has just been a blank screen, like it's in the middle of us for the whole time. It has not been there. And as soon as I said it, now it's just scrolling through the whole show, like
Oh,
really
wow.
fast. So that's hilarious. I guess I should have mentioned it earlier, but that's my excuse for not paying attention to chat. So I apologize. Yeah. All
I look
right.
at it. I'm like,
Well, thank you, everyone for coming and watching. And I love you all.
Namaste.
thank you, Trista. Thank you all for
And,
coming by.
and yeah,
All right.
that's all I got.
Good night, everyone.
Namaste.
Good night, sweet dreams. See you next week.